Coach, how do you feel?
It's an unbelievable feeling. Being able to come back here, to the place where you play ball and got your education, and have the opportunity to be the head coach of the football team. It was just a surreal feeling throughout the day, and then it was just capped off with an unbelievable win. And all the credit goes to the players and the assistant coaches. They did a great job, executing the game plan, and plenty of good things to make corrections, but it's good stuff.
Knowing the history that Lock has coming in,
yep.
Harder to motivate the guys coming into the game?
Not at all, to the extent that we talk about playing to our expectation level. So we set the bar where we want to play, and regardless of who the opponent is, we're going to have the same effort, the same preparation, the same execution on a weekly basis. And we play it one play at a time as hard as we can for 4 quarters and look up at the end of the game, and then hopefully we've earned the right to win, which we did tonight. So there was no letdown, there was no talk of who the opponent was, there was talk of us handling Fordham's business, playing to the best of our ability, and I was proud of how the kids did.
You see with all the different units, you got a chance to play a lot of guys.
Yeah, it was good. You get the opportunity to develop some depth and get the second team guys some time, because those guys, sometimes it's a lot of work goes into it, preseason preparation, and there's very few repetitions for them during the week in practice, and they work just as hard as the starters. So it's good to be able to reward those guys with some playing time. Throughout the game, and eventually one of those guys is going to end up being a 1 or 2, or so they have to be prepared.
What about your quarterback?
Ryan did a great job. We were very pleased with both of our guys. Ryan came in, executed the system very well. Did some good things, throwing the ball, running the ball, and obviously we'll watch the film and make the corrections we need to make. We can't turn the ball over. That's the one thing that we got to get fixed. But for the first time operating the system against an opponent, I thought the guys did a really good job.
Coach, what is it like coming back here today? What was today like? Kind of thinking about what today was going to be, and obviously a great win for you. I mean, what's that like? Kind of where you grew up, and then as an adult coming up and helping these guys grow up.
It was really a long day. I mean, with the 7 o'clock kickoff, you got a lot of time to kind of sit around and wait for the game, I guess, but utilize it in the best way possible. Sat down, was watching Lock Haven film until we were ready to get out on the field, and shoring up the game plan, making sure everything was tight. But like I said earlier, this is my school. This is where I went, and now to come back and be able to lead as a player, lead as a coach, as I led as a player captain. It's a unique opportunity, one that I'm very humbled and thankful for.
Were you at all surprised by how quickly things got off with the no huddle, the 2 quarters, how successful you guys were in the first half?
I can't say I was. We've been working this system since the first day of spring ball, and the biggest thing that we stress is tempo. We want to play as fast as we can offensively. When the ball's spotted, we want it snapped, and the kids believe. I think hopefully they believe that playing to the tempo, playing with a quick tempo, gives us an advantage. And you saw them at the end of the game as we were slowing it down. They kind of were looking around like, what's going on? Because our practice is at that pace, and we drive to make it, as fast as we can go. So I can't say I was completely shocked, because they've been performing very well throughout camp.
A lot of stuff up the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the offensive line, the point of attack blocking. They did a really good job tonight.
Yeah. Our big focus as a team is to physically dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. So we talked about establishing a team of guys who are mentally and physically tougher than the opponent, and that starts with the offensive line and the defensive line. And we challenge those guys, hey, we're going to put the game on your back, we're going to run the football, and as good as we run it, the more people they're going to have to commit to the run, and the more people they commit to the run, the more it's going to open up the passing game, the quick game, the down the field throws. So I thought everything for us is going to be based off of running the ball, and obviously you can see that we were able to be balanced and do those things, and the defense did a great job, stopping the run. So that's going to be our identity. We're going to be physically tougher, mentally stronger than our opponent up front. Hopefully that leads us to a lot of wins.
For the players, what was it like getting out there and winning such a big game, and all 3 of you performing well? Was it fun? Was it exciting? How did you guys feel when you're out there?
I thought it was awesome. Going back to the off season, how hard we worked in going winter conditioning and lifting and running then, and then coming into the summer. I'm not saying that you get bored, but doing the 7-on-7s and the throws, you just kind of want to get out there and play. And I think tonight was like a great sign of that. I think we came out, we were fast, we established tempo early, running the ball, throwing the ball. And I think we executed the game plan. I mean, not perfectly. Like obviously, there's some things to clean up, but I think we definitely played pretty well.
It was a great feeling, piggybacking off of what Ryan said. Anytime over the summer, winter conditioning, put in all the hard work, lifting, running, captain's practices, all that. Just want to get out there, you get that itch, to get back out there. Especially, the bad season we had last year. Guys were really anxious to get back into the grind of things, make things right. And so today coming out here, the home opener, and accomplishing that, I thought that was big.
Yeah, I think for me it was just it was a lot of fun playing the game. I've only been here for a couple weeks now, but these guys are great guys, and I love being here. And it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. But coming here and just playing with these guys and not playing against each other, I think that was just it was a lot of fun, and I think we executed really well. Obviously there are some things to clean up, but it was just a lot of fun getting out there and getting going.
So only Carlton and Ryan were here last year, but I don't know if you guys have realized yet, but the score was 55-0. It's the same score as that Army game. But how that's hit you? What you think about that?
I mean, now that you said it, I didn't even really realize. But I mean, being on the other side of something like that, it's definitely a great feeling. I mean, going back to last year, I think like the upperclassmen learning and like taking some of the things that we went through last year, bringing it into this season, turning around, making it a positive, and just spreading that to the younger guys on the team. I think obviously it pays dividends. I mean, look at the scoreboard tonight. We were the ones that were winning 55-0, so it's definitely a great feeling.
Also, I felt that the biggest thing coming in, I didn't want anybody else, myself included, to underestimate the opponent by any means. I'm gonna take it back to 2 years ago. You guys know we lost to Assumption in D2 school. So my biggest concern was that guys, I know or whatever, D2 or whatever, you still have to go out there. They put their shoes on the same way, put their pads on the same way. So I mean, just come out there and compete, and not take a play off and just get after it. I mean, coach is always stressing. In halftime, it was like, I don't care what the score is. We're still gonna push the tempo. I don't care. Still play like it's 0-0. So I thought that was big. So I mean, the score definitely was a tall tale of that, and I was happy and pleased that guys came out and executed and pulled out the game.
A lot warmer than the Army.
A little different weather.
Yeah.
Coach, coming off the year last year, how do you go about changing the culture this year?
I don't. When we came in, it was really, we just had as a coaching staff, a formula for success that we wanted to implement. And it wasn't necessarily, it was just how we were going to do things. And, we talked a little, the first day of winter conditioning, what we were going to do. We were going to establish, we talked about focus, fight, and finish. And, we want to pay great attention to detail. We want to be disciplined. We want to play smart, tough football, and we want to finish in the fourth quarter. So, from day one when we walked in, that's what we talked about. That's the atmosphere that we want to create. And, as the older guys continue to press forward, and and it trickles down to the younger guys, and that's just really the identity we want to have moving forward.
How much is the difference maker as coach been already?
I can't even put it into words. I mean, honestly, I think the attitude of the team has completely changed. I mean, going from last year, coming out of the season, and then taking into the off season, we really didn't know what was going on. And then Coach Moore got hired. He came in the first day. I think everyone's attitude after that first meeting was, I mean, let's get this started. Let's go. Let's ramp it up for the off season. And then, I mean, obviously, you can tell by how the defense plays, how the offense is playing, how everything meshes. I think everyone's playing really well. I think everyone's excited to get this season underway.
His emotion, his enthusiasm, what he brings to the table. I mean, that speech after the win. I mean, it just goes to show. I mean, words can't really describe it. Put in words. The way they're in practice, his demeanor. He's really excited to get out there. He's not just out there, just blowing smoke. Oh, guys, this and that. Like, he really, truly loves the game. As you know, I think a big thing is, he graduated at Fordham, so he can relate to us. He knows what we're going through, so that also helps. And from a schematic standpoint, I mean, Coach Moorhead is one of the best. I feel like. I mean, really, he really knows his stuff. So, I mean, we all bought into it, and we're just executing. He gets everybody to play 100%. So I feel that it's just great. His enthusiasm, what he brings, it means a lot.
I know you guys are young, but do you think about restoring the legacy of Fordham football? I mean, There's so much tradition here, 750 wins tonight.
I think that was one of our initial goals coming into the season, going from last year saying, all right, you know what, let's forget about it, let's restart it, and let's try to bring back that tradition back from the old days with Vince Lombardi and everyone like that. Let's try to bring that back, and let's start it with Lock Haven week 1. And I think we did that tonight.
Coach, how important is that to you personally? I mean, this is an important time for this university's football program. You're at the controls, and you probably have so much love and passion for this place. I mean, how does that make you feel that you're kind of the guy that's going to kind of steer the ship here the right way?
It's something that I hold. How to put this? I want to give this university, the Bronx and New York City, a football team that's representative of this university. You've got one of the top academic institutions in the world. We're striving to be number one as a school in all the different areas, and I think our football team should be representative of what this school is trying to accomplish off the field. I mean, we talk openly about what our program's goals are. Number one, to win a national championship, and then the sub goals build off of that. Beat Columbia, because that's our rival. Have a winning non-conference record. Have the best record in the Patriot League, and if you do those things, you get an opportunity to go to the playoffs. And then it's a one-game season from there on out. And and I specifically remember from my senior year, we got it turned around a little bit. We got the 4-6-1, and I believe that was hadn't been one double A that long, and beating Harvard at Harvard in the very, very last seconds of the game. I remember talking about football. We didn't get it all. I didn't get it all the way done as a player. So hopefully, I can play a part of helping this school and this team get it done as a coach.
Big reason for taking the job, right?
Yes, sir. It's unique. I mean, you can't want to restore the tradition of Fordham. Like I've said, I mean, very few people get an opportunity to be a head coach at any level, and quite frankly, almost none get a chance to do it at the place where they went to school. So it's an unbelievable, awesome opportunity.
I want to add something too.
Shoot. We're glad to have him. We're lucky to have him.
Yeah, exactly.
Glad to have him on board on our side. Yeah.
Question for Mike. You scored on your first play, your first touch. What was that like to score?
Honestly, I kind of felt it was a little weird for me because I didn't really feel like I did anything in the drive. And then punching it in, I feel like I stole something from CJ. But,
Sorry, bro.
it was a cool feeling getting that first touchdown in. But like I said, I kind of feel like I took it from CJ. But he'll have his chances later.
And the thing about it is, it wasn't like, when we practiced our goal line package the entire week, there were 4 plays from the goal line. 2 were in with Michael as a quarterback, and 2 were with Ryan as a quarterback. And the position we were at on the field, that's just a play that was on the call sheet. So, he needed to be ready, and he went in and he executed.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.